dear students, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to a new lesson in English grammar. This is the teacher of English, and these are her students. Their names are Tom and Jack. The teacher is talking to them, and she says this: Education is the key to success. One day you will realize all your dreams. But Jack is not listening to the teacher, so he asks his friend Tom this question: What does our teacher say? Tom will answer him and says, She says that education is the key to success. One day we will realize all our dreams. So note that Tom is telling his friend Jack what their teacher says. So he is just repeating the words of the teacher. So, when we tell someone about what another person says or said before is what we call in English reported speech. And in reported speech, we have to focus on two things. The first one is direct speech, and it's the words of the person himself or herself. And indirect speech is repeating what another person says or said before. So after watching this video, you will be able to recognize the difference between direct speech and indirect speech. Number two, you will be able to form statements in indirect speech. I wish you the best of luck and let's get started. So let's look at some examples. This is the King of Morocco. The King of Morocco says this: I visit many Moroccan cities, I launch many projects, I will make Morocco a great country. These are the words of the king himself. Here we have Anna and Tom. Anna is not listening to the king, so she asks Tom this question: What does the king say? Tom will tell Anna about what the king says. He says that he visits many Moroccan cities, he launches many projects, he will make Morocco a great country. Now Tom is just repeating what the king says. He is repeating the words of the king. And these words, because they are the words of the king himself, we call this in English direct speech. And direct speech in English, we always write it this way. We put it between these quotes. As you can see, there are little quotes over here and there are little quotes over here. I visit many Moroccan cities. I launch many projects. I will make Morocco a great country. Muhammad VI says. And because Tom is repeating what the king says, in English we call it indirect speech. He says that he visits many Moroccan cities, he launches many projects, he will make Morocco a great country. Now, in this indirect speech, there are two things that we should pay attention to. First of all, the pronoun he. In here, the pronoun he, it refers to the king. He says or the king says. He visits or the king visits. He launches or the king launches. He will make or the king will make. So the pronoun he, it refers to the king. Number two, we should look at the tense of the verbs. In direct speech, I visit is in simple present, and in indirect speech, he visits is still in simple present. The tense did not change. I launch, it's in simple present. He launches, it's still in simple present. It didn't change. I will make, it's in simple future. He will make, it is in simple future. So as you can see, the tense of the verb did not change. But there is a change in this pronoun he. The king says, I visit. And because we are repeating what the king says, he visits. He launches. He will make. So the change happens in the pronouns, but the tenses of the verbs do not change. Now let's look at the speech of the king. So the king says this: I visit many Moroccan cities, I launch many projects, I will make Morocco a great country. This is, of course, direct speech because they are the words of the king himself. It is also important to look at the verb says. This is what we call the reporting verb, and in this case, this reporting verb says is in simple present. The reporting verb is in simple present. The words of Tom: he says that he visits many Moroccan cities, he launches many projects, he will make Morocco a great country. This is indirect speech because Tom is repeating the words of the king. And it is important to notice that the tenses of the verbs do not change. I visit in simple present. He visits simple present. I launch simple present. He launches simple present. I will make simple future. He will make simple future. So notice that when the reporting verb is in simple present, simple future, or present continuous, the tenses of the verbs in indirect speech do not change, but there are always changes in pronouns. What do we mean by changes in pronouns? Let's find out. Look at these examples. I have a computer. The boy, he says this. I have a computer, so it's direct speech because these are his words. I'm going to school. We are going to school. We are reading a book. So if someone repeats what this boy says, it will be like this. He says that he has a computer. He in here, the pronoun he, and also here, it refers to this boy. Number two, he says that he is going to school. The pronoun he, it refers to this boy. They say that they are going to school. The pronouns they refer to these children because they are plural. And example, the final example, they say that they are reading a book. They, it refers to these children. So as you can see, there is this change in the pronouns here. Of course, this is the indirect speech, they, and indirect in the direct speech we have we. So we, it changed to they. And here we have I, for example. I, it refers to this boy, and here we have he. If this boy were a girl, over here we will have she, but because he is a boy, we have he. And here we have I, it refers to this boy. Also, we have he over here. And this is we, because they are talking, it's their words. Here we have they. So this is what we mean by the change in the pronouns. But the tenses of the verbs do not change. You have here, I have simple present, he has simple present. I'm going, present continuous, he is going, present continuous. We are going, present continuous. They are going, present continuous. We are reading, present continuous. They are reading, present continuous. So this is what we mean by there are always changes in pronouns. Now let me give you a simple, very simple exercise. Pause the video for a second and try this exercise. The question is, report the following statement. Notice that the reporting verb is in simple present. Remember, this is the reporting verb. So in all these examples, the reporting verb is in simple present. As you can see, my friend says, the minister says, and the king says. So the reporting verb is in simple present. Remember, the tense of the verb does not change, but we have to change the pronouns if necessary. So pause the video for a second, take a pen and a paper, and write your answers. Good. Now let's look at the key answers. Number one, I will come to your birthday party. Soon, my friend says. The answer is, my friend says that he will come to my birthday party soon. Number two, the government is in creating more job opportunities. The minister says. The minister says that the government is creating more job opportunities. Look at the verb. It does not change. Is creating, is creating. Will come, will come. Number three, education is compulsory from the age of 5 to the age of 18 years old, the king says. The answer, the king says that education is compulsory from the age of 5 to the age of 18 years old. So as you can see, when the reporting verb is in simple present, we don't change the tense of the verb, but we change the pronouns. Now let's look at another example of direct and indirect speech. This is the king of Morocco, the late king of Morocco, Hassan II, and Hassan II says this: I visit many Moroccan cities, I launch many projects, I will make Morocco a great country. When did he say this? Of course, he said this in the past because this king, Hassan II, he died a long time ago. So this is the past. Tom and Anna are talking again. Anna did not listen to what the king said. She asks Tom, what did the king say? Tom will tell Anna about what the king said because he said this in the past because like I said, he died a long time ago. So Tom, he said that he visited many Moroccan cities, he launched many projects, he would make Morocco a great country. Remember again, because these are the words of the king of Morocco, the late king of Morocco, Hassan II. So we call this direct speech because it's his own words. And direct speech, we always put it between quotes. I visit many Moroccan cities. I launch many projects. I will make Morocco a great country, Hassan II said. This is direct speech. And because Tom is repeating what the king said before, we call it indirect speech because it's not his words, it's the words of the king. He said that he visited many Moroccan cities, he launched many projects, he would make Morocco a great country. Now notice the tense of the verbs. Here we have I visit, it's in simple present. Here he visited, it's in simple past. So the tense of the verb here it changed. I launch simple present. He launched it's in simple past. I will make it's in simple future. He would make it's conditional. So in here we have the tense of the verb. It changes. Why is that? Because the reporting verb he said is in simple past. Now let's look at the speech of the King Hassan II. So Hassan II says this: I visit many Moroccan cities, I launch many projects, I will make Morocco a great country. Hassan II said, again, this is direct speech because they are the words of the king himself. But you have to look at the reporting verb. It's very important. The reporting verb here is in simple past. The reporting verb is in simple past. And the words of Tom, he said that he visited many Moroccan cities, he launched many projects, he would make Morocco a great country. This is, of course, indirect speech because Tom is just repeating what the king said. But we have to look at the, like I said, the tenses of the verbs. Here we have I visit. It changed to he visited. Simple present changes to simple past. I launch. Simple present. He launched. Simple past. I will make. Simple future. He would make. Conditional. Why do we have this change? It's because the reporting verb over here is in simple past. We have said. When the reporting verb is in simple present, there are no changes. But you have to notice that when the reporting verb is in simple past, the tense of the verbs in indirect speech changes. And there are always changes in pronouns and also time and place expressions. Now let me give you some examples so you can understand better. Take a look at these examples. I love my country so much. Here the verb love is in simple present and here we have my country. The king said. Look at the reporting verb here. It's in simple past. What does that mean? It means that we will change or we should change the tense of the verb and also the pronoun because my here it refers to the king. So in indirect speech, the king said that he loved his country so much. Look at the verb, it changed to the simple past. And my, it changed to his. Number two, I am working in my office every day. He or she said. The reporting verb again is in simple past. And here we have I am working. It's in present continuous. So in direct speech, she said that she was working in her office every day. So was working is past continuous. So present continuous changes to past continuous. Example number three, I will help you with this exercise. He said, I will help you. I will help is in simple future. So in indirect speech, he said that he would help me with that exercise. Look at the change here. Will help, it changed to would help. And of course, you, it changed to me. And then this, it changed to that. So these are the major changes in reported speech. Another example, I have finished my work. He said, again, the reporting verb is in simple past. Have finished is in present perfect. He said that he had finished his work. So present perfect changes into past perfect. Had finished is past perfect. Another example, I am very happy today. She said, She said that she was very happy that day. So the verb here is verb to be in simple present, changes to simple past. And here we have today, it changed to that day. Then we have, we travel to Rabat every summer. They said, the answer or the indirect speech is they said that they travel to Rabat every summer. The verb here, travel, is in simple present. It changed to simple past. So these are the major changes in the tense of verbs in reported speech. So now the question is, are there any changes in the tenses of the verbs and in pronouns and also in time and place expressions? Yes, there are a lot of changes. And now let's look at those changes. So the major changes in reported speech are over here. Remember, when the reporting verb is in simple past, the tense of the verbs in direct speech changes. And there are always changes in pronouns and expressions of time and place. So number one, for the tenses of the verbs, simple present changes to simple past changes to past perfect, present continuous changes to past continuous, present perfect changes to past perfect, simple future changes to conditional type 2, can changes to could, and must changes to had to. For the changes in time and place expressions, now changes to then, here changes to there, this changes to that, these changes to those, today, that day, tomorrow, the following day, yesterday, the day before. And for the changes in the pronouns, I can be or can change to he or she, we can change to they, my can change to her or his, our, their, me, her, or him, us, them, and you, it changes to me. Now, let's practice. This is an exercise. Report the following statements. Notice the reporting verb is in simple past. So when the reporting verb is in simple past, we have to consider these changes. This is the exercise. Pause the video, take a pen and a paper, and write your answers. After that, you can watch the key answers. Good. So now let's look at the key answers. Number one, I like American movies very much. Thomas said. Thomas said that he liked American movies very much. The verb here is in simple present. It changed to simple past. I have cooked a very nice dish for dinner. My mother said that she had cooked a very nice dish for dinner. The verb have cooked is in present perfect. It changed to had cooked, which is past perfect. I'm sending some business emails to the clients. The boss said. The boss said that he was sending some business emails to his clients. I am sending is in present continuous. It changed to was sending, which is past continuous. We watched a very nice documentary about animals on TV. Children said. Children said that they had watched a very nice documentary about animals on TV. Watched is in simple past and had watched is in past perfect. My father will help me answer all the questions, Eric said. Eric said that his father would help him answer all the questions. So will help is in simple future and would help is in conditional. So these are the major changes that happen when we move from direct speech to indirect speech. Now I'll give you another exercise. There is a countdown. You can take your pen and the paper, write your answer, and then you can verify if your answer is correct or no. Good luck to you.